All right. So I woke up this morning, whatever. I get a phone call from Ilya, obviously wanting to meet up. Then very shortly afterwards, I get a phone call from Arush, wanting to have a meeting because of what whatever. Andy said that we should talk, whatever. So naturally I meet up with Ilya first. I just want to see where his head's at, whatever. I asked him the full context of what happened. Okay, here's what happened. Ilya and Clark were together for the whole day, like over 10 hours. Ilya, is drinking, smoking weed, having a good time, whatever the chilling. They're doing jobs all day, making money, this, that, and the third. 10 hours go by, and Clark goes, "Hey, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired." And Ilya goes, "Oh, don't go to bed, you sleepy pussy," as a joke to his friend. And then I guess Clark goes, "Oh, say that again." And then Ilya's like, "I'm not gonna say that again. I don't have to." And then Clark essentially draws his gun and takes him the out.
Well, Clark was telling me on the phone that it wasn't just that.
No.
It wasn't.
I'll get to the next parts because it gets worse. Okay.
Okay.
That is the full context of the actual events of what happened to him being shot of that day. Okay. So I go, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm sure there's more to it, but regardless, the catalyst is ridiculous. That's insane. Because as much as Clark is going to deny it, I know how close those two were, and those two, if they were chilling all day for 10 hours, making money doing this, and then your boy's Josh with you, "Hey, Martin, don't go to bed, you sleepy bitch. Let's go rob this flea cut," and you blood me out. It's crazy. I don't give a what other context you have. To me, that's crazy, right? But continue. I tell him, okay, lay low, whatever. I'll call you later. I gotta go meet up with the Roosh, right? I just wanted to get the full short and the quick version of events. Go speak to Roosh. I tried to give you a call because I called Andy yesterday to speak to her about my plans. Because in my mind, I always viewed Andy as a person who was very neutral. She would give you advice and kind of let you do your things, but she kind of betrayed my trust and told him, gave him an inkling that I was up to something, right? So whatever. Roosh calls me to say, "Andy said we should talk. Let's meet up." I meet up. I'm there. They explain. Luciano goes, "Oh, this has been a long time coming for over a year. This, that, and the third. There's been buildups. He's been disrespecting us. You don't respect authority. This all makes fucking sense. This, that, and the third. Roosh made a decision the next day that he's blooded out. This, that, and the third." And then I bring up, how everybody that we've blooded out that wasn't a treasonist, we've given a send off to. Ceremonial send-off, doesn't matter who it was, as long as they were branded a treasonist, this, that, and the third. And then Arush starts getting very emotional and goes, "Oh, so why didn't you take him to the north if you like him so much? Why didn't you take him to the north if you like him so..." At that point, it got so emotional. I'm like, okay, listen, I'm not really here to argue. I'm just here to give perspective, and I'm done. Like, if you're argue, I'm good. So they go, okay, whatever, leave. I call Ilya. I'm like, okay, meet at Polito. And I explained to him, I'm like, listen, they explained that this was a long time coming. And he goes, "Yeah, I mean, there were serious..." He goes, "Listen, like, the reality is that I was a puzzle that didn't fit into the South's, puzzle anymore." And I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean, brother? So there was a situation. I'll try to just make this short. There was a situation that happened with the besties where a bunch of them got shot up, robbed, or whatever. While this is also happening, they're making a sort of pact with the besties, right? Like the South's intention is they want to build relationships, this, that, and third. They're down bad. They don't want to get by everybody, so they want to be friendly with people, build connections, which is fine. Then the situation happens where they shoot, they take out all of the South, they spit on their bodies, rob them. I think it was like 250K on a money run, all this shit. And the following day or whatever, the Dons are giving Don order that the South is going to go boosting with the besties. And Ilya, being Ilya, is like, "Why the f am I gonna go boost with the that just shot and robbed me for 250K?" But they go, Don's order. So it goes, Don order. I'm not gonna question it. I'm gonna go. Brother, during the car ride, while they're boosting, they are taunting Ilya the entire time. "Oh, how that M16 feel when it hit your chest." All this crazy shit while the Dons are in the car, man. And then at the
like the dog leash from before with the manor.
Yes.
Yeah, same shit.
Exactly. And then when the boost is done, Forehead goes, "Hey, you guys want some BET, some bet for this boost?" Arush and Luciano go, "No, we don't need it." And Ilya speaks up, he's like, "Yeah, I want my cut." And then Don's go, "Shut the f up, Ilya. You're not getting the cut."
No.
Yeah. So the point of these stories, and brother, there was like 6 more situations similar to this, but we don't have to go through every single one. The gist of the story is obviously Ilya's like me, okay, and I understand that a lot of people aren't like me anymore. I'm the kind of guy that will bitch you out if you shoot me, then you try to take me to the hospital later, right? I'm the kind of guy that if you shoot me and you want to call me the next day and try to be best friends, I don't fly that way. You just try to kill me. Ilya is very much like this person, you know, this way of thinking.
Yeah.
And sad to say that the South are becoming the guys who are just letting everybody stick the dick in their ass and them. Because, brother, in my mind, okay, if I'm in a car, I would never be in a car boosting with the guys that just shot me and robbed me in $250K the day before. And if they are taunting me over it, and I'm watching my, you know, my dons or my alleged high ranking, whatever the do nothing about it, I'm leaving.
I'm killing myself, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm either killing you and burning it all down because you're a bunch of pussies, or I'm leaving.
Yep.
So to me, it's like, okay, so there obviously was some buildup because with Luciano, with all due respect, I could totally see Luciano getting insanely offended for being called out for these, you know, these pussy acts by Ilya, because I used to do the same thing to Luciano. And he would get very offended, right? Like, I'm just trying to be diplomatic. I'm just trying to be this. I'm be Lush. Listen, brother, there's diplomacy, then there's just being in the ass. Like, you can be diplomatic without being in the ass. So I could see why Luciano would love to kill Ilya. So when they're not necessarily wrong, if there is some buildup there, the buildup in my mind is absolutely justified. Because why would anybody want to tolerate that? And regardless, the actions that Clark did to shoot Ilya, I put my life that no other moment, no other situation mattered in that moment. He shot him for the context of that moment. And I firmly believe that, because him and Ilya were absolutely close. Insanely close. I mean, they just hung out for 10 hours straight, doing jobs and shit. And listen to the context. It's not like, oh, we got into a heated debate, me and you started arguing, things got real hot, and you just shot me. Hey, Mom, why the f you going to bed, you sleepy pussy? Let's go rob this speaker, brother. Come on. And you turn around and you shoot my ass.
Goodness.
That to me shows right there that those other moments didn't matter. For some reason, that moment there mattered so much that Clark had to shoot them. And now, the other moments justify that action. It's a shit show.
Yeah.
And to me, it's sad and it's heartbreaking to see the South become this. And I understand the point of view where I'm the more aggressive type. I'm not keen on building connections unless you really show me some respect. And I get that they don't want to feel isolated. They want to build connections with people. They want to branch out outside of their own turf. I get that. But the things that they're willing to accept in order to do that, it blows my mind, and I can never accept that.
I agree. I would love to speak to Clark and get his side, because I don't see how this makes sense. And I don't think it's going to make sense when he comes and talks to me.
As I was going to say, I don't think the reason the entire situation doesn't make sense is because it doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. Ilya being shot, like, it does not make sense. Because even if let's say that these moments of what Ilya has done was the reason for his death, I know for a fact, okay, that Clark, Luciano, Arush, and Harry, this would have been something they would have talked about. They would have had a meeting over, hey, let's have a meeting. A bunch of shit is coming up with Ilya. We have to kill the guy. Because we've done that with almost every single person that has been a problem. But what happened is, this moment, took him out. Arush woke up the next day, fucking dislikes the shit out of Ilya, and looked at this as an opportunity just to get rid of him. And then the other Dons are going to stand by Arush because they got no balls to stand up to themselves. Or for themselves.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Should I call him?
Let's call him and meet him. And I don't want to tell you what to say or do, but I think we need to make it apparent that blooding people out for no reason we thought was never going to be a thing anymore. And that's literally what happened.
Well,
at the end of the day, you say what you feel.
I had a talk with him about stuff like this before.